Wait, did I botch the intro again? Help, I can't do intros. I'm being held here by AI Trump. Please send help.
Another Warren Smith video. Yay.
Hooray, yes. Warren Smith, because apparently I don't care if I get likes on videos and actually like to see dislikes. My word, you guys dislike the other one so much it made me want to do another. And this one's extra spicy. We've got Warren Smith covering the recent interview with Pierce Bronson. Like, my brain just fried for a second. No, Pierce Morgan. Pierce Bronson is the 007 actor. I don't know if you ever seen Black Adam. He was Dr. Fate. Yeah, that's Pierce Bronson. Right, so I'm at a bit of a loss here
Pierce
because
Morgan wishes he was Pierce Bronson.
yeah, probably. I bet Pierce Bronson just gets to relax more often. Former male model, now getting pretty easy movie roles. He's doing good for himself. I'm glad. As far as this goes, I don't know how to thread this needle. I am what you would call meh towards Nick Fuentes. I have very little strong feelings about him either way. I guess to Groypers out there, they'll actually take that as me leaving him alone, which I guess works.
Warren Smith, Nick Fuentes, Pierce Morgan, a spicy video.
Oh yeah, no, this one is the last dab of Silas Frostrunner. If anyone thinks is gonna end my channel like before it has a chance, it's this. It's either going to make or break it, or fizzle out like every other video so far. But hey, we'll figure it out. But yeah, my take on Nick Fuentes as a whole is he says a lot of edgy stuff, and I don't know how much of it is serious. That's really about it. He's single, can't mingle, and does a really bad job selling marriage. But apparently he's for marriage, and I don't understand him. It's like if, John Doyle kind of, I guess if John Doyle got broken by, like something snapped in John Doyle and he went crazy because they're about a similar position originally.
I think he associates culture with race, and his takes on marriage are bad, so I don't agree with him on everything.
For Nick Fuentes, yeah. I don't know, because culture and race are kind of distinctive to me, but I get it. If he's talking about statistical predictors, then that's economy of oh man, what's the term? Economy of something. Like economy of knowledge or something like that. Basically, it's like, hey, you can observe X, Y, and Z different factors. Therefore, you can kind of make a logical inference as to what course of action this person is going to take, what culture they are going to tend to subscribe to, and then a whole lot of different other things. So, I guess...
But I do agree with him on being America first. I don't agree with him on Israel. I'm not pro-Israel, but I'm not antagonistic towards it either.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I'm on the fence with a lot of stuff Fuentes says. I kind of prefer the pushback against the left, right? Not the let's go explore the fun land of 1940s Germany, right? I don't like that. I like the let's see what made the Roaring '20s roar by comparison. So we'll take a look at this. I'm already bracing myself for the spice. Like, if I was watching this by myself, I could probably, no problem. But other people get to see me watch this now, and I'm not going to push back very hard at all. Maybe a place here or there, and maybe against Pierce, but if we're looking at this as a debate breakdown, oh man, I got a feeling that Pierce wasn't ready. I don't think I've seen Warren's breakdown of this. I've seen the clips, though, and Pierce was walloped.
So I'm sitting down with Pierce Morgan on Thursday to talk about his debate with Nick Fuentes. He made some massive mistakes that are going to work in Nick's favor. This is only going to make him bigger.
So the proportion of the population who carry out mass shootings is actually the same.
Why are the HodgeTwins in this? Wait, is Warren using the HodgeTwins as the everyman?
The HodgeTwins, too.
I like the HodgeTwins for the most part.
Super spicy meatball.
Yeah, for sure. So the HodgeTwins are kind of the everyman here for the audience stand-in. Then maybe I'm a little confused why Warren included them, but good to see them. Hey guys.
For black and white.
For white people, the proportion of no.
There is absolutely no way. You need to fight Pierce. You need to fire.
Hang on, this is getting way too meta.
Also, I think Crowder interviewed Fuentes recently too. That might be another video to react to.
I think that one was a lot more civil though, because Crowder wasn't there to like roast him alive. Pierce, oh man, Pierce just looks weak in this debate, honestly. So we're reacting to Warren, reacting to the HodgeTwins, reacting to the Pierce and Nick Fuentes. Oh no. I'll try to trace it. All right, let's go back.
Well, Pierce is an old-fashioned Democrat.
Yeah, he believes that gun control works. That's cute.
Absolutely no way. Hey, Piers, you need to fire your statistician.
And this really has nothing to do with how I feel about Nick. This is about looking at the logic objectively and seeing if it tracks, because it doesn't.
And when you're confronted with
the
reality,
figure?
you don't like it.
What's the figure? What proportion of white people have committed school shootings? White people as
Okay. This is when they're basically arguing per capita, and Pierce is doing everything in his power to not go into per capita. That is a dangerous game, because the second you ignore per capita is the second people are a bit what's the word? A little touchy. So per capita is really, really important to understand what it is.
Yeah, proportionality is the death of his argument.
It really is. So the real question becomes at this point, what can we do? What can we do to really cover more of this? Because I think everyone's already said stuff. I'm tired. My brain's kind of chugging along right now. So he's trying to basically pin Nick on being racist, even though Nick says he's racist. And then when he's trying to say that the facts line up a certain way, but then ignores per capita, and there are some dumb people who are going to believe that the per capita doesn't matter. But hey, that's just how it goes, I guess. Anyway, continue.
the denominator, and white people that have committed school shootings as the numerator, what's that percentage?
For both black and whites, the proportion of the population who carry out mass shootings generally is about the same.
Citation heavily needed there. Also, mass shootings specifically? That is some language game stuff going on there.
I will say that the criminality of both races may be due to how large the populace being governed is. Maybe that's something you could add to the conversation.
Oh, that's just an anti-scale argument. Humanity doesn't scale, power does. And what's power but weapons? Weapons are what allows us to exercise power whenever words fail. It's really not that complex. It's just I don't think the proportionality is the same, though. I think that there's specific subcultural differences that really kind of make the point, but I don't think it is linked directly to skin color. I think that's more cultural. For example, Holly Springs, Mississippi is like 80-something% black, and you compare that to Jackson. Holly Springs is peaceful. Really nice. Really nice. But you got Jackson, where the per capita murder rate is insane. So, like I said, I don't think it's a race thing. I think it's probably a culture thing.
Holly Springs has got them wholesome blacks.
Yeah, but it's a good city to go to if you're I don't know, you're just passing through, they'll be nice to you. As long as you're nice to them. Just be polite. It's not that hard. Now, I hate that they got hung up on this argument so much because there was very little substance here. Basically, Nick Fuentes was saying, hey, per capita, do you know what that means? And Pierce was pretty much repeating himself over and over again, playing dumb. And it's all to clip farm. So none of this is really an interview. It's just a clip farming routine, a humiliation ritual. Let me virtue signal to my friends. And what's sad is if you really want to debate Nick Fuentes, you just have to go after his ideas. You don't have to clip farm him. You just kind of engage with the arguments. So, yeah, you can disagree, but you need to make sure that you address what he's saying. Otherwise, you're going to make him look like he's winning because you're dodging.
Well, I mean, Pierce is a clip sharecropper.
Yeah, he sharecrops with oh man, who was that guy that got fired from CNN? There was a lot of guys that got fired from CNN now I think about it. Yeah.
Don Lemon.
Yeah. So Pierce is clip sharecropping with Don Lemon. he'll get the clip, and then Don Lemon will react to the clip, and then Don Lemon will do something, and then Pierce will react to the clip. and they just kind of go in this endless cycle. It's got to be something like that. This sort of online ecosystem. But yeah, let us continue.
If 15% of the population is purple and 65% are green, but that 16% of purple are killing people at
we're 4 reactions deep, lol.
Yeah, like I said, this is getting kind of meta. I don't even know what.
We're the real clip sharecroppers.
For real. Honestly, I think I use Warren more as like a clip, what was the word? Curator than anything else. But he has really good insights. I just don't really have much to add to what he says. I can kind of translate it for you. He's basically explaining per capita. So I guess if purple people are 15% and green people are 65%, and they commit the same rate of crime, that means purple people are doing a lot of crime because of the numbers. It's the scale. But yeah, no, that's basically what he's laying out.
Same rate as green, that's not a winning statistic.
Again, the percentage of black men who commit murder in America.
Was that a FNAF reference?
I doubt it. I don't know. With Warren, it's possible. But yeah, so if you are 13% of the population and you're committing the same rate of crime as 50% of the population, by the numbers per capita, you are committing a substantially higher amount of crime. That's basically what the argument is.
Percentage you gave me?
It's 1 in 20. 1 in 20.
It's 1 in 100.
No,
That's
it's
still
1 in 20.
1 in 100 is still not good. Like you compare that to the, oh my goodness. So that's a 1%. For I think per capita for white people is like 0.03% or something like that. It's much lower. So whoever's giving him the numbers is either wrong or I don't know. So I would have to. No one shows their sources here, and that's another thing that makes me mad because I can't check them. They got fact checkers, but I don't.
Yeah, it doesn't track.
Well, yeah, and also if you have 1 in 100 people and they're like 5 million people, that's like 500,000 criminals just among them. 50,000, but still, that's a lot.
No. Less than 1 in 100 black US men commit murder.
Come on. Very sus. Anyway.
That's
1 in 100?
This is the moment that most people found shocking.
1 in 100 is crazy, though. Yeah.
If that's true, that's crazy. You wonder why Nick is rising? This is your reason.
If 1 out of every 100 committed unallowed somebody, that number is too high.
There's some pretty shocking evidence that says that it's far more alarming than you would think.
Okay, but you would accept that the official crime statistics are 1 in 100, or you wouldn't accept that?
If I was Nick here, I'd just be like, "Yep, sure, that works for me," because it does not help. It doesn't help Pierce's position. It really doesn't. Saying, yes, it's 1 in 100. Okay, Nick was saying 1 in 20, 5 times less for 1 in 100, but
1 in 100 is unaleving. Another 1 in 100.
Yeah. that's bad. That's again the per capita comparison things. It's like he avoids it like the plague. I think Nuck says the most racist thing you can say is per capita, which is a very funny observation. But I'm sure there's more racist things you could say. It is a pretty racist thing though, per capita.
I think the majority of the audience are going to be shocked by either of these figures. Let's go with Pierce's, though. That is still shocking.
I mean, whether it's 1 in 20 or 1 in 100, that's a lot of people, Piers. I mean,
sure,
this is
a
a
lot of
problem.
white people commit murder too. Well, they do.
But
Don't
it's
they?
not
it's about proportionality. I mean, white people are 65% of the population. Blacks are 13%.
Yeah, so white people
Dang it. I'm gonna let them finish.
should commit 65% of the murders in this country, and they don't.
Now, logically,
Yeah, that's what he is saying. So basically, we have a pie chart. Inside the pie, we have all the murders ever done. Now you got the white people slice. I probably should draw this pie, shouldn't I? Nah, it's going to be too much effort.
I mean, I like visual stuff.
It's going to add a lot of time to it. All right, here we go. MS Paint time. So we got pie, right? And then we got boxes. This is the white box.
I can cut out the silent drawing bits slow.
This is all right. And then this is the black box. And this is the crime pie. You know, my favorite flavor of pie. Criminal. It's that delicious. So yummy it got banned in every country. Criminal pie. And now people are pointing this out and saying, all right, here's our split of the crime pie. Now this is more people. I'm not right-handed. And then this, I'm struggling, is less people. Okay, no, I'm gonna do this differently. Oh no! Here we go. Plonk that there, and then we got here. So now we got, like, let's just say 2 million.
Did you go offline for a bit there?
Did I? I might have. I don't think I did. All right, well, now we got to be right back, but I don't have to quit stream because the little man's still asleep. Says I haven't dropped any frames. Now I could be Blob's lying to me, but yeah, I didn't do anything, no. All right. Okay. Oh, I have to do some math now.
Oh, wait. It was my internet.
Yes, AI Trump's internet is having a kaputza day. It's okay. I've got to do math anyway. Well, 13 and 65 don't reduce into each other. Great. All right. Well, okay, well, let's just do 20. So if this is 65% of the population, 2.6, so this would be like 1/3. So we'll say 1/3 of 2 million. I don't think that divides by 3. It doesn't. Oh, I don't like that number. Let's say 1/4. Just 1/4 of the population. 500,000. Okay. This is a really dumb visual aid, so I hope it helps someone understand what per capita is. And so, we have the same number of crimes. So let's say we have 50,000 crimes total. And then this represents the split. It's 50-50. That means, come on, I'm having a day right now. I'm sorry. I hope someone finds this entertaining because I'm trying. I'm putting my sanity on the line for your entertainment. It is going away. Why did my stream info change to graphic design category? Is it because I opened MS Paint? Oh, weird.
Probably you're in MS Paint, Lau.
Yeah, that's not really graphic design work though. That's MS Paint. Anywho, we'll say that we have.
You designing a graphic, Lau?
I guess so. So we have 2,500 crimes committed out of 2 million. I gotta make a pick of bucks. Out of 2 million people, and that gives us a per capita rate of, gotta math this up. So 25,000 divided by 2 million, and then times 100. I mean, that's still kind of high. Honestly, it'd be kind of terrifying, but it's 1.25%. That's some violent people. I might have overshot the crime rate. This is a very dystopian society. Ooh, I don't like that. All right. And then over here, oh, I thought it was bad there. Oh, man. We've got the same number of crimes divided by, oh, good. Yeah, 25,000 crimes divided by 500,000. That equals a 5%. That'd be the 1 in 20 number, by the way. So if we account for all the crimes committed together and say that they commit them at the same rate as each other, one side commits them at a significantly higher rate than the other. I guess for reference here, we'll just say 125 divided by 500. Or is it the other way around? That means that, oh my goodness. That means person for person, this tiny box is committing crimes at 4 times the rate of this box up here. So let that one sink in.
Even though by the numbers, the black box technically has the same amount of murderers.
Right. By the numbers. But per capita, it changes things. So yeah, that's what Nick is saying, and avoiding that made Pierce look really weak, like really weak. I don't know why he did, but it wasn't good.
The question would be, okay, if you want to have this conversation when it comes to white people, one in what number of white people commit murder?
But if you see
Apparently
someone in the black box versus someone in the white box, which is more likely to be a murderer?
By the numbers. I mean, yeah, this is economy of information. you really can't predict anything based off of. You have to predict as much as you can with as little information as you can get, and sometimes that means judging a book by its cover. People do it all the time. Is it rude? Sure. If you're going to be offended, that sucks. But what is that? I think I'm steel manning here a bit. But what?
Well, there's less black box people, so if you see one, it's more likely that they're one of those murderers.
That's the idea, right? That's what Nick is saying. And if that's all he's saying, there's a point there. It's kind of a primal knowledge check. I think people are more likely to judge based on how people are dressed than the color of their skin, but that's just me. And again, I don't like the rip. Time to resurrect. I'll be right back. Respawn. I stretched and I threw out the model. I'm sorry. My back was hurting. Okay, there we go. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. What was I saying? Oh, right. The statistical probability of getting shanked or whatever. Yeah. It's people being people and people making decisions based off what information is available to them and what they're allowed to make decisions based off of. So, if someone walks across the street because the color of your skin, don't take offense to it. They're just working with what they got cognitively. Most people aren't that smart. So expecting them to be these sort of brilliant people that can handle X, Y, and Z issues, it's not going to happen. It's not about being insensitive. It's about survival. So just know that the context of their rudeness is not because they hate you. They're just terrified.
My Wi-Fi just went down again.
That sucks. Well, let's hope you come back at a fun time. Let's see where we're going next.
Of researchers speaking into his ear, so they should be able to get this right. I'm not claiming the facts are wrong, but the logic connecting these facts is flawed.
It is flawed, but it's also just weak. Weak sauce. Pierce doesn't do a very good job here. Like, I don't think anyone's going to argue that.
And so as a white person...
How do you feel about mass shootings at school?
They always bring up this.
I love how his expression went to, what? Yeah, they always bring this up. It's like, oh, yeah. Well, all right, we'll look at the number of school shootings that happen versus the number of gangland murders that happen. Tell me which one happens more frequently. Oh, wait, that's dishonest. Because now this is just straight gotcha journalism, let's be honest.
When they try to demonize white people. Yeah. Like, how often does mass shootings happen at schools?
School shootings are actually disproportionately done by trans people.
In recent years, yeah. I would say before the whole movement thing started, it was, I don't even know, a bunch of disaffected people, a lot of mental health issues.
In Chicago and our inner cities and black neighborhoods, then it's not even a comparison. Every weekend.
There are significantly far less mass shootings than non-mass shootings. Muggings gone wrong, street violence, gang shootings. They happen at a different frequency.
There's more mass shootings in Chicago and our inner cities and black neighborhoods than it's not even a comparison. Every weekend.
How many mass shootings in the last year occurred? How many non-mass shootings occurred? The numbers would be astronomically different.
Yep. I mean, if you want to get in the FBI crime statistics, you could actually look that up pretty quickly. Also, what they qualify as a mass shooting is kind of it's all like data munching or data crunching and stuff like that to try to manipulate it to say a certain thing. P-hacking, as it's called in the scientific field, not very good, but that's why you can't really believe anything that says gender studies or isn't officially a science, because they don't have the proper standards. So if you are in gender studies, get out of gender studies. That is not a scientific field. That is straight propaganda. Unless your goal is to become just a mouthpiece full of rhetoric and useless nonsense, get out of that field. Anyway, back to this. Yeah, they're basically just kind of pointing out, we see what happens with our eyes. Can we stop pretending that we don't?
There's no difference to the victim, but it's a different kind of crime, and it's a different proportion also. Do you know what percentage of white people are school shooters?
Yep.
I know that the vast majority of mass shootings in schools in America this century were perpetrated by young white men.
Also,
can you count how many have happened on both hands? If yes, then we are already significantly behind the other types of violence. Why is he avoiding that point? All you have to do is go into it. Like, Pierce, come on. If you don't like Nick Fuentes, argue with him. Don't just scold him the whole time. Good grief.
How are we defining a mass shooting? When does a shooting become
The
technically a
vast
mass
majority
shooting?
can also
No,
mean
no,
See,
by
I-
the numbers. The vast majority of people are white men.
I mean, yeah, I guess if you want to, but that changes based off the context because technically, the vast majority of all humans are Chinese men, just by the numbers. It's what are they going on about? Because this is exhausting to me because I'm like watching Pierce be dishonest in real time. Ugh.
I used to miss how he said, China, China.
Oh well, but yeah. So the words are being used misleadingly, and nothing is everything. At this point, I'm just kind of reacting. I don't know. Filling time. I'll see if I have something to add.
Yeppers.
But this one is got the HodgeTwins, got Warren, got Pierce and Nick. It's a mess.
Obviously, bad argument is bad.
Well, it was because it's not an argument. It's literally a scolding. Like that's all he's doing.
I think the trouble with your
Proportion.
statistics is a lot of them don't bear much scrutiny. We have a bunch of fact checkers checking all this in real time.
Fact checkers.
Because you do have a tendency to just come out with a lot of old baloney.
What is this face? I mean, Nick, please don't make me defend Nick Fuentes. I'm not even the one that's going to be able to defend him the best because I don't understand his position. All I know is that he's bad for optics, at least usually. I don't know. I wouldn't hate him, but at the same time, I'm just kind of like, yeah, I gotta keep my distance. Unfortunately, I would probably like to talk to him like anyone else. Anyway,
Well, his bad optics have more to do with Israel.
yeah. Anyway, what was I? Let me go back.
It's checking all this in real time.
Fact checkers.
Because you do have a tendency.
Oh, right. The fact checking. So he's accusing Nick of pulling numbers out of his butt, and Nick Fuentes has not made a definitive claim this entire time. He's made estimations and guesses based off of his personal experience. Those are assertions, sure, but he's never claimed that they were objective. And then he doubts the fact-checked claim because it's all linguistic judo to them. They're trying to lock him into a box and get these clips off of him rather than have an honest discussion. I think that's kind of why a lot of people didn't like this interview very much. I mean, you had two branches. You had the fans of Nick Fuentes who didn't like this because Pierce was dishonest, and then you had the fans of.
It's obvious that they're talking about two different things.
Yeah, no, they're just on completely different battlegrounds right now. The war never started, but yeah. So the left doesn't like it because Nick Fuentes is getting a platform. The right doesn't like it because, well, this one's a little bit more split. Half of them because Nick Fuentes is getting a platform. The other half because Nick Fuentes didn't actually get to have an argument. It's really
Fact check
annoying.
is a reframing, basically.
It really is. It's just it's shifting the goalposts as well. That's going to happen a lot in this, and everyone kind of watches it go in real time. This happens every time someone tries to hold Nick Fuentes accountable on an interview.
Proportionality versus raw numbers.
Yep, and the dummies are going to believe the raw numbers are the important part. This per capita is usually a sign that something is wrong. Oh well, moving right along.
To just come out with a lot of old baloney. And when you say,
Okay.
It's almost more embarrassing that you have a team of fact checkers talking in your ear and you make a mistake like this.
I know, right? Oh man, it's logical errors at that point. It's, I guess in baseball this would be called like an unforced error, right? Someone's doing something stupid that didn't need to happen, but it happened anyway. But what is Pierce?
It's like that bike meme.
Yeah, it really is. And so Pierce is just looking really, really bad in this because of how he's handling the arguments, or I should say, not handling the arguments. Oof. Oh well, yeah.
when you're
Wait,
confronted
what's
with
the
reality,
figure?
you don't like it.
What's the figure? What proportion of white people have committed school shootings?
I think Nick should have just said, "Hey, give me the per capita," and then made Pierce blue screen.
Still looking for gift ideas? Don't get him something silly.
Oh,
Get him
yeah.
something he will actually like bearskin hoodie. This hoodie is built like a tank. 340 GSM micro fleece, 10 pocket, with a clean, rugged fit that looks awesome. It zips right into the heavy storm rain jacket to become 100% waterproof when you need it. So when it turns cold, wet, and windy, you're not scrambling last minute. You'll get free U.S. shipping, fast delivery, and you've locked in your winter gear already. It's a win-win. Bearskin is running their biggest deal of the year.
If this hoodie
60%
was
off
like
for Christmas
$20,
with
I
extended
might get it.
returns, plus free U.S. shipping
But
from their Kentucky
anything more than
warehouse.
$20 is too
Text the word
expensive for me right
Warren
now.
to 36912 to lock in your 60% off. Again, text Warren to 36912. You'll get a link sent straight to your phone so you can check it out later if you're busy right now. When you buy Bearskin, you are supporting the Fallen Outdoors and the Hope for the Warriors Veterans programs. So you're not just buying cool gear, but you're also backing a cause that's important. This Christmas, don't give them another stocking filler. Get them a Bearskin hoodie.
With white people as the denominator and white people that have committed school shootings as the numerator, what's that
We did
percentage?
that.
For both black and whites, the proportion of the population who carry out mass shooting generally is about the same.
You just argued a moment ago that they were almost all white.
I know that
No, the proportion's not the same. Maybe the raw numbers is, but not the proportions. Pierce is using words he doesn't know what they mean. Oh my goodness. And like Warren said, he just pointed out that, yes, it was overwhelming this one category earlier. So I don't think he knows what proportion or per capita means. My goodness.
the vast majority of mass shootings in schools in America this century were perpetrated by young white men. And I'm
And
just
what proportion of what proportion?
I'm curious.
What proportion?
I'm curious whether your advice would be to people who have kids in
Wait,
these
is my
schools.
mic working?
Should they?
Oh no, Pierce, this is why you lost this one real bad, because all you had to do was engage, and instead you chose the scold route. Oh man, never scold someone who's coming to debate. If you just engaged him, I actually don't know if Pierce would have won if he had engaged, honestly, because he's refusing to engage any argument. He's not. There's no real back and forth here. It's all like, let me extract this point from you and this statement from you so I can get this clip and post it and make my drama money. I mean,
It's a clip farm.
yeah, I mean, it's kind of obvious and a bit painful. I mean, Warren's doing his best trying to break down the philosophical issues here, but honestly, from what I'm seeing, this is just Pierce trying to clip Nick Fuentes and then farm him for all he's worth. I mean, well played, I guess. Nick Fuentes gets a little bit of exposure. You get a ton of clips, but you do you, Pierce. You're gonna try to clip Nick Fuentes. Good luck, because that's worked out so well in the past for others, right? I'm sure Bausch has got some horror stories about debating Nick Fuentes.
What proportion?
Should they avoid white people at school?
If school shootings were occurring at the same rate as regular shootings, then yes.
Yeah, like school shootings. If that happened every week, yeah, like it happens in the inner cities,
In every major city,
yeah,
every weekend or every week,
yeah, I would tell you to avoid going to school.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's what everyone here is saying now. Yes, if it was happening at the same rate, but it's not. That being nowhere near the same rate. Is it still an alarming rate? Sure. But is it the same rate? Not even close. I mean, honestly, if it was happening at the same rate, public schools would be out of business. Let's be honest, they'd be shut down. No one's going to want to go. No one's going to want to send their kids there. So yeah, where we're at right now, it's not even a fair comparison. So don't know why Pierce is bringing this up. I'm thinking his producer probably made that call.
If you're concerned with Nick Fuentes, you have to come at this logically. You can't play the game like this, or you will lose every time.
He's
If
better
we
at
now
it.
have agreed that the vast majority of mass shootings in schools are
Oh my
committed
goodness.
by white people and predominantly young white men, then presumably your advice would be to avoid young white men.
No.
Because they
No,
perpetrate these
because of-
massacres. But it won't be because they're white.
No, it's because it doesn't happen as often. Like, you could probably say every single one that's happened every year over year. Like, and then you compare that to like Chicago shootings, Memphis shootings, and Jackson shootings. All of those happen on almost the daily. School shootings don't happen that often by comparison. Like, again, this is ignoring per capita. If it's like, obviously, if the shootings were happening at the same rate per capita as each other, schools wouldn't exist anymore. No one would go to school, and rightly so, because if someone's getting shot at his school every 5 days, you don't want to, like, no, we If you think the Department of Education is cooked right now, you should imagine that scenario. Oh man, the Department of Education would be gone, just blipped out like Thanos snapped out. So again, this is such a insane take from Pierce. The wrong angle to go with. Purely scolding. There is no logic there.
Right?
So are you playing dumb or are you actually dumb?
Maybe
It's
I'm
about
dumb.
Actually dumb.
proportionality.
Maybe I'm dumb.
I don't even know why we're talking about school shootings in this conversation. Why don't we focus our attention on all the shootings? And then
Yeah, that's where you get the per capita number, and it all makes a lot more sense. Pierce just kind of looks like he hates white people in this case.
come to our analysis.
When I point out to you that there are many parts of crime in America where actually there's a majority of white people that perpetrate them, you don't care. You don't have.
They should be. They're 60% of the population. Right.
And this is a mistake, and the audience is going to pick up on this.
No one is buying this. Everybody understands per capita, and people can even see what you race ahead and say, well, we're comparing the proportion of white and black school shooters. I said, no, compare the proportion of school shooters that are white versus violent criminals that are black, because that was the basis of the monologue, is that you're very likely, if you encounter black people or a young black man in the city, that you're going to be the victim of a violent crime.
Yeah, he's talking about statistical predictors. Okay, that's not really racism. That's more like, these familiar settings look familiar. Therefore, I will adjust according to recognized pattern recognition. Kind of a classic human move, actually. Got less to do with being racist and more to do with survival.
A robbery, a mugging, a car theft, a carjacking, or a murder. That's the difference, and it's about proportionality. And everybody sees past that because we all live in reality. You want to talk about product of your environment. People that live in New York, Chicago, LA, we live in reality. We live in this environment, and we see what it's like. And the threat, the danger, in terms of probability, it's not even comparable.
Based on what we're seeing online, people are picking up on these flaws.
But when you have obviously prefaced all this by saying, I am a racist, unashamedly.
Yeah.
You made him say it.
People
He conceded the point to move on, Pierce. Completely different from, well, what does racist even mean, dude? You didn't even define it. He just kind of said, yeah, whatever, let's go. And now you're hammering him on that point. Come on, man.
He's almost laying a trap here that Pierce falls into. Because Nick makes the claim that he believes everyone is racist. Well, if everyone is X, then yes, I am X. So it's not really the
Everyone's
way he
X, I am
thinks
X.
it is.
Yep.
I don't think Nick Fuentes is a racist. He's prejudiced.
Yeah.
I don't think he's racist.
A racist is a person that discriminates against people because of the color of their skin.
Yeah.
Guys, discrimination might not be the best one for that particular thing. Maybe open hostility towards someone based off of an intrinsic characteristic would be bigotry. So just apply bigotry at that point to race, and then you have someone that shows someone open hostility based on race alone. Discrimination can be done for any reason, and even then it's like specifically when you're discriminating based on race, I don't think that makes you necessarily racist, because a film director can do that just to fit, or not a film director, a casting director can do that for a film that's set in like Greece, and so they have to discriminate to make that happen, but they aren't necessarily racist. Just saying, that's kind of a better way to keep more coherent definition.
A racist is a person, like he doesn't like interracial marriages. He's not forcing other white people not to date interracially or have mixed babies or anything like that. That's just his personal opinion. That's how he's living his life.
Apparently I'm talking to Pierce on Thursday about this debate, so I will go over this with him.
Thank God.
There's a chance they'll cancel, hopefully not, because I think this is important to talk about. And this has nothing to do with my feelings about Nick Fuentes. This is about looking at the game being played objectively and analyzing the moves and where the mistakes are occurring. What was the outcome? Well, based on what we're seeing online, people are picking up on these flaws. Yeah,
Pierce basically took a major dump. All right, so I think that was a good video. I'm a little scared. I kind of want to watch what Pierce and Warren do, because
Considering we're mutts and interracial marriages are a huge part of our lives, I don't agree with Fuentes' take on that. LOL.
I mean, he's making a normative thing, but at this point, we were already kind of the results of that. So where are we supposed to go, dude? We got the vagabonds. The vagabonds. We will find the vagabonds because we're vagabonds. No, I really don't know what else to add about this other than I really want to see.
We don't really fit in any racial community, haha.
I guess that's why we aren't really for the race thing.
I mean, you're a literal dog man.
Yeah, I know. Like I'd have to somehow get to Leaflet's world to fit in. Anyway, I kind of want to see what the the discussion between Warren and Pierce is. I hope Warren just tells Pierce whatever he did, that was not an interview, that was just clip farming. And if you want to be taken more seriously than to just be a rag, maybe try engaging with the points next time. And it's like, well, if I engage with the points, then I legitimize Nick Fuentes. It's like, well, you already have him there. You might as well talk to the guy.
Our mother was half werewolf.
All right. My brother's writing lore here. I'm the writer. Between the two of us, he's an artist. So take nothing he says seriously. Goodbye, YouTube. Oh, wait. Before we go, like, comment, subscribe. Bye-bye.